What is up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. As you guys can tell, I am joined by MoodyTuco,
What's going on? What's going on?
and we're gonna be back today for our fourth ranking. And today we're gonna be doing AKs, and I think this was gonna be really fun because there's a lot of really good AKs and a lot of really bad AKs. So I think this list is gonna be fun to do for sure.
Might be a little controversial, but hopefully we can get some pretty accurate takes on the AKs.
Absolutely, and yeah, let's dive straight into it.
First up, the AK-47 Cartel. This skin is very, very classy. I think it is a very, I wouldn't say slept on, but a lot of people, I think, overlook it for some of the crazier skins. It's like the OEM Plus AK-47 stock with a little bit of extra flair on it. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, for sure. This skin's fire. It's a sleek. It's like sleeper, honestly. Like you said before with the gloves, like it's literally the base AK with a little bit more design to a little bit more like intricate little engravings, and it looks sick, honestly. It's a great skin.
I agree. I think it definitely deserves to go in B tier.
It's definitely a B tier for sure.
Next up, the AK-47 Phantom Disruptor.
All right. Well, okay. So here's the thing with the Phantom Disruptor. I think for me, what it reminds me of is literally in like a Hyper Beast skin. However, the colors are just like sucked out, and like it's a little bit more, like the color scheme is a bit more monochrome. However, I think if you want to get a cheap skin, on the cheaper side of things, and have this like really cool, crazy design all over the gun, I think this is a good choice. Personally, it's a little way too saturated for me, but I respect it.
Yeah, I don't actually think this skin is too bad at all. I think it's a pretty good like grab for the cheap side of AKs, but I think it's a little bit too chaotic, and later in the tier list you'll definitely see skins that do this chaotic type of theme a lot better. If I were to rate it, I feel like it's C tier.
C tier? Ooh.
I think C tier,
Okay.
but we can objectively put it in B tier.
Objectively, I want to put it as C tier as well because it's not my favorite thing, but I will stick it in B tier. Because I think it deserves B tier.
Next up, AK-47 Neon Rider. This skin is so nice. I love, first off, like Hotline Miami look. It looks like you got Biker from Hotline Miami. If you could just throw a picture of him up on the screen right now. This skin is sick. It has the neon like text. Got the colors are beautiful with like these little X indents on the top of the dust cover, and also these like dotted pixel pattern on the, or not pixel pattern, like a seed pattern on the buttstock and on the handguard. Plus, it has this little heartbeat sensor that goes into a headshot. Very nice.
Yeah, the skin is absolutely beautiful. The color palette is incredible. If you're a fan of Vaporwave, this neon look, this is the AK for you. And yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is well crafted. Everything is where it should be, and it's an absolute banger of a skin.
I agree.
A tier.
A tier, easy. Next up, we have the AK-47 Vulcan.
And the Vulcan is an absolute amazing skin. Oh my god. So yeah, let's talk about it. The color scheme, we've got the black on white on this like icy blue. The whole color scheme is very subtle and very clean. We've got this like rubberized texture all over the skin too that matches with the superconductor gloves really well. It's like a minimalistic skin, but it's crafted very neatly, and I absolutely love this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of this AK. I think it looks phenomenal. It's such a minimalistic color scheme, but the lines are perfect. The white and the blue and the black is just super clean. And I mean, it's just such a nice sleek AK.
This AK is amazing. Or we're putting it S tier.
S tier, absolutely.
S tier it is, absolutely.
Next up, we got the AK-47 Legion of Anubis. This skin is... It's pretty interesting. It has a lot of really nice colors in it. I think it has this really solid gold with this red accents and the eyes, and like a bluish hue on the magazine and the buttstock. But I do think the skin is a little bit, there's a lot going on. A little overwhelming for me.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree. Once again, as with the Phantom Disruptor, it's one of those great AKs with really cool like drawings on it, and a very nice price to it. However, for me, there's so much going on. It is just an overload of like drawings and textures, and it's a little much for me. If you like this little theme, I think it's pretty cool. It's just not my favorite skin.
I
B tier?
personally think this is a B tier skin.
B tier. I think below the Phantom Disruptor. I think the Phantom Disruptor is a little cooler.
I agree. I agree. Next up, the AK-47 Asiimov.
And oh, this skin is beautiful. As you said before, you know, like with the other games ripping off this color scheme because it's so iconic and from CS, I think the AK probably, in my opinion, does the Asiimov look the best. I mean, it really just looks like something that came out, it was manufactured out of like a laboratory. The black stock, you know, we have the white bits and pieces mixed in with the orange. It's super clean, it's minimal, and you can always appreciate an Asiimov.
I agree. I love the Asiimov. It's super duper clean, and if it wasn't so clean, then there wouldn't be so many games trying to rip it off. You know, Critical Ops. I'm talking to you, bro. Like, this game makes this look so good, and of course, the AK-47 Asiimov clears all your Asiimovs, in my opinion.
Absolutely, this is an A tier for us.
A tier, absolutely.
Above
Top of A tier, I feel
top of
like.
A tier for sure.
Next up, we have the AK-47 Uncharted. This skin is very interesting, but I think it has two things that really stick out to me. The buttstock and the handguard have this really cool like Maui engraving. By the way, recipes to Maui. You know, hopefully things will recover over there. The handguard and the buttstock have this really nice like Maui engraving. Kind of reminds me of Gibraltar's heirloom from Apex. And of course, the other part is not so good. I don't like the paint. It looks really beat. This is a factory new, and it looks like someone like dropped it and scratched it up.
Imagine the potential of the skin if the middle part was like super clean. Like the outlines just had this like same type of look as the wooden part, but it was clean. Like, why is it so absolutely beat? It drops the skin for me a ton, honestly. And
it really hurts the skin.
Yeah, the middle part, but the wood part is really cool on it. And realistically speaking, this is probably
I think
B-tier.
it's C tier.
You
think it's B tier?
It is not B tier. I lied. It's C tier. I'm giving it too much credit. I would not run it too much, honestly.
AK-47 Neon Revolution.
All right, let me talk about this kid. So here's the thing, guys. All right, you want a neon, you want a vaporwave skin. You get the neon rider, not the neon revolution. Okay, the only reason you get this is if you're like in your Joker era or whatnot, or you like messy skins. Like, remember when you talked about the Op Fever Dream and you were like, yeah, drop a bunch of guns to a daycare and give them markers and they'll start drawing, and at one point they'll make that skin. This is literally prime example. It is so messy, and I'm not a fan. Our friend Vixtro loves the skin, and we think it's mid.
I don't like the skin at all. I think it's very lazy, and I think it's kind of a disgrace to put it in red, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a red tier too.
It's not the worst skin I've ever seen. I definitely could see the potential for running it, but like, it's just so edgy. It's like literally if edgy was a gun, like anarchy. Seriously,
that's just C tier.
C tier skin for sure
for us.
Next up, the AK-47 Redline.
This thing is beautiful. I mean, it's amazing. As with all red lines, we've got the carbon fiber finish with the red and black. It's sleek. It's beautiful. We've got really sick Cato 14 iBuy power crafts on it. I think the red line look is incredible on the AK. I don't think it's as good as, let's say, the Op, but I think it's super sleek. The red lines on the top look great, and I'm an absolute fan of this skin.
This skin is beautiful. And you know what? I think the reason why the Op looks so much looks a little bit better, in my opinion. I wouldn't say so much better. It looks a little bit better. Is there's more red accents on the Op. This AK, I feel like it has the potential for some more, but the ones it does have are very clean. Like that trigger, the buttstock. Oh, this skin is beautiful.
They nailed it, man. Absolutely. This is an A tier.
A tier skin. For sure.
Interchangeable with the Asiimov, in my opinion.
Agree.
Yeah.
Next up, the AK-47 Predator. This skin, I don't like it. It's like this, like, I guess I get it. It's supposed to be like a Predator's like camo, but Honestly, it just looks really lazy. It's
No.
just single sprayed over pattern.
It's horrible.
Ugh.
It's super expensive, and the only reason you get it is because you think you're an edgelord and you put child in front of the name of the Seike, and you think it's funny. Okay, fair enough, you do that. But still, in terms of actually how this thing looks, it's absolutely horrible. The best thing about this skin is literally the name. Like, that's not a good thing.
That's not really high praise for a Counter-Strike skin. This is definitely a
D-tier.
D-tier skin.
D-tier skin, absolutely.
Next up, the AK-47 case hardened.
And obviously, as you guys can see, we have a 661, blue gem pattern. However, let's talk about the case hardened in general. I think this skin is sweet. The biggest merits of this skin is the blue on gold looks really cool, especially on the AK. I think the fact that it's so unique in terms of its like seeds, that you can get like a pattern that you really find appealing, and you make it really unique to you. And you see them all the time, and there's so many different ones, and I find it really cool that like we have these crazy patterns. Obviously, like if a gun is worth 400 grand in min wear, then obviously it's highly appealing, and I completely agree with that.
And the case hardened is beautiful. I mean, I think the case hardened will always be the best pattern based skin in Counter-Strike, solely for the fact that there are so many variations of the AK and the knives, especially the AK. There's so many different ones. You can really get yours and make it yours with a cool name and everything. Skin's beautiful. It goes obviously
it's iconic, and for that, it's going in S tier.
Next up, the AK-47 Ice Cold. This Ice Cold skin is very nice. I love the colors on this skin so much. This dark deep blue going to a light blue gradient, nice geometric like figures on them, have this really nice handguard with the vents. This skin is beautiful and very affordable too, which I think is a massive bonus for it.
Absolutely, this skin is priced really well, especially for what you get. It's got great craft potential. I think the mag having see-through like bullets is really cool, and they nailed the gradient look exceptionally well. I really like how it looks like it's been machined, like it's been like finely crafted, and overall I think it's a very clean AK.
If you want to see a really nice craft to start off with, make sure you check out Slate's other video,
Paris
about
2023
Paris
crafts. I include that AK in there. Yeah. What are we thinking? I think this. I'm torn between A and B. I think it's a beautiful skin.
I honestly want to put it in A.
I do want to put it in A.
You think that's fair? I think it's fair. I think that's fair.
I think it's fair, honestly. Bottom of A tier. Obviously, it's not on the same caliber as a Redline or Asiimov, but it's an A tier skin. Let's be honest. Price, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely wonderful looking.
Next up, AK-47 Aquamarine Revenge. This skin is, I think this skin is beautiful personally. The colorway on this is phenomenal. It's basically a blacked out AK with this beautiful mural of these dolphins in these crazy waves. Beautiful accents on dolphins as well. It just looks phenomenal. The buttstock has this really nice engraving of the dolphins as well. I love this skin. I've had two. One when I was younger, and now one I have one right now, and it just makes me very happy. I love this skin.
Oh, you nailed it. I mean, it gives me Australia vibes with like the carvings and like the dolphins. I think the dolphins being orange is pretty sick. I think the colorway is great, and it's definitely a unique skin that stands out and always looks good in my opinion. I don't think you can go wrong with Aquamarine Revenge. Top of B tier?
I want to say A tier.
I want to say A tier.
Ice Cold.
Okay, how about this? We put the Aquamarine in A and Ice Cold in top of B tier.
I'm gonna say, like, I feel like
these two I would say are incredibly close, but I think Aquamarine is a little bit more classy.
Next up, AK-47 Elite build.
Yeah, as with all elite builds, I find this skin to be boring. Like, yes, it's cheap, yes, it's minimalistic, but here's the thing, with the AK, it is the worst offender, because here's the thing, the AK Slate exists, rendering this skin absolutely useless. I don't see any situation where you would get this over the Slate. Maybe you like these beige little, like, whatever markings on it, like the little wings and where it says aim, but honestly, I'm not a fan. It's just boring.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when it comes to black, clean AKs, the Slate just is absolutely king in this, and I don't know, the skin definitely is irrelevant. I had one. I remember getting it at the time with like limited allowance, and I was like, Yeah, I kind of wish I got another AK skin.
So
I hate to
this
say
is C
that.
tier.
C tier skin. No doubt.
Below Uncharted. Honestly, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
honestly.
above, but now I have a little bit more appreciation for Uncharted.
Next up, we have the AK-47 Nightwish. This skin, I like the skin a lot, but I think there's a few flaws. But let's get into the things I like. First off, the pearlescent in this skin is incredible. Love the purple, and then to cyan when you pick it up, it looks great. And I also think the wolf on the side looks pretty nuts too. But
I see a dragon, but I mean, I guess it's how you interpret it.
yeah, it's like the Rorschach blot. You can interpret it however you want, I guess. I think the only downside of this skin is, man, it is so busy. There is so much going on in this skin.
It is crazy. Like it is an sensory overload on this skin. It's just, I would not consider this clean by any means. I think it's a
No,
very artsy,
completely
very like
opposite of
crazy
clean.
skin. It's not clean in my opinion. It's just like the pearlescent is super cool, but I'm sure if you like the skin, you probably love it. For us, it's way too busy.
A little busy, but I do like the skin. I'd say B tier.
I'd be tier for sure. Below the ice cold, I'd run the
Below
ice
the
cold
ice
over
cold,
the Nightwish.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Next up, we have the AK Point Disarray. Love this skin. This skin looks phenomenal. I mean, I feel like I gotta say it. Look at the colors. Look at the geometric shapes. Look at just the way it looks. You know what this reminds me of? It has the same color scheme as the capillary, and it made it look good.
Facts.
Because it has
It's
depth.
more saturated.
has
It's more patterns.
Saturate, exactly. More patterns. It looks phenomenal. Love the Point Disarray.
It's funny too because I find this skin to be one of the more divisive skins in the community in terms of AKs. For us,
Definitely.
I think it looks sick. I think if you like red and blue, you have a red and blue inventory, go for it. The grading on it looks really clean. It's got this geometrical pattern that goes from like dark to like light gray up top. And it's very unique. I like this like fractured look, and I think that they did a great job on the skin. What are we thinking here? B or A
I
tier?
feel like an A tier, honestly, man. I love the Point Disarray.
Above Aquamarine?
Yeah.
I think this is a good placement.
Next up, AK-47 Frontside Misty.
And I hate to do this, but like you used to love this skin, and
I did used to love this skin.
I used to really like this skin as well, and now it's I don't know, I either grew out of it or something. I still like this skin. I have issues with it. So the wooden part has this cracked opal look. We've got carbon fiber on the main part of the body. We've got this icy little like look with the color scheme. We've got this fire look with the black and white. There's just too much going on. And, I think it looks cool. I think it looks great. I think it's just it's a little tacky in my opinion. A little bit, but it's just too much, man.
It shares a color scheme with the Vulcan, so naturally it's gonna have a nice pattern look. But yeah, it's a little too busy with the crazy like spiral zebra stripes. And I mean, I really used to love the skin, but recently I played with it in the game, and I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. I do think it's still a good skin though.
For sure,
Not
it's a
gonna lie.
great skin. B tier.
B tier definitely. I would say above the Nightwish.
I would run it above the Nightwish. Yeah, definitely below the ice cold though.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, we got the AK-47 Panthera Onca.
And you want to talk about a skin that does the really like cool engraving look well with something in the middle that's appealing. This is sick. So a little Easter egg on it. We've got like in the back, we can see like a little cat. It looks a little funky. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That cat looks hilarious. But yeah,
hilarious.
I mean, we have literally, what is that? A cheetah mixed in. The
Yep.
only thing that I think is a little bit off is this camo look. But other than that, the skin's cool.
I think if they went for even like a flat green instead of this camo, it would look better. But this skin still looks great nonetheless. I mean, the wood looks phenomenal. I'll say B.
B tier? Yeah, I'm feeling a B tier now. The question is where in B tier?
I think above.
Above Nightwish, below Frontside Misty, maybe.
Yep.
I
I was
mean,
gonna say
honestly, it's
I would say
pretty
above
nice
the
skin.
Frontside Misty.
Above it's a pretty clean skin, honestly.
Next up, the AK-47, the Empress. Love this skin. It is easily one of the most clean, or not even clean, I would say the most royal looking skins. Sophisticated, gentlemanly skins. Got this beautiful Empress with the glowing hair. You got this crazy like card look with the red, the black, and the gold. these symbols on the front handguard. It looks regal as hell. Beautiful skin. Crown on the front of the gas, the piston. It just looks so good.
Dude, this thing is amazing, man. I'm honestly surprised more people don't use it. I don't know if they know about this skin, but it's incredible. And for what you get, it's a great price too. But it looks so sick, honestly. All the little like patterns and designs are where they should be. Nothing is overdone. The color palette was chosen really well. And overall, this skin is fire.
Without a doubt.
We got an A tier here.
A tier, absolutely.
Top of A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. This thing is beautiful.
Next up, the AK-47 First Class, or the First Ass, as I like to say. Damn, this skin sucks, in my opinion.
It's bad.
It's bad, man. It green leather with this just like wooden handle. It's just boring.
No, it's mid.
It's not cheap. It's $60.
Bro, use the stock AK. The stock AK literally looks better than this. Like this sucks. This really sucks.
Terrible,
let's be
man.
honest. It's just a D tier.
D tier skin,
Top
nonetheless.
of D tier.
Next up, AK-47 Jaguar.
I think this skin is a little bit better than the other Panthera Onca. I think because once again we have the really cool. We forgot to mention it on the Panthera Onca, but you could put I Buy Power stickers. There's crafts of I Buy Power stickers on the head of the Jaguar, and you make like the pink panther craft, which is super cool. You can also get like the blue-eyed panther craft with some other like I think Cloud9 sticker. But overall, I think this is a bit cleaner. It doesn't have the engraved wood look, but I think the deeper shades of green mixed in with like a Black Panther. I think the Black Panther with the like, the reticle on its eye looks sick.
Yeah, this skin is really cool. It's a classy AK-47. Another one with the stock wood furniture with a really cool design in the middle. The dark camo looks way better than that other camo, in my opinion. I do like the other Panther, I think, but this one's really nice. I think it's really interesting how the AK has two Panther or like
Panther related ones. Yeah, that is like wild to me. I don't know how they decided to go with two of them, but
I also like to mention, definitely B tier next to the Panthera Onca. I actually think they're kind of joking around now that I think about it. The Panther is on the Jaguar, and the Jaguar is on the Panther.
Oh, you're right. What the hell? That's kind of sick, honestly.
That's pretty funny. Next up, the AK-47 X-Ray.
And this is okay. So the vision was cool. They said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make a see-through X-ray, like a see-through AK." Sorry, it sounds similar, but it's cool, but it doesn't look appealing to me. The color palette is weird. We've got like this like desert color way, and I don't know. It doesn't really fit for me. But other than that, I don't think this looks all too nice. Honestly, it's weird. It looks weird to me, especially for the price.
Oh god, yeah, especially for the price. The price is outrageous on the skin. I think this skin in particular looks really goofy to me. It looks like a really just shitty like educational grammar, like how a gun works. Like, and honestly, I hate that spring in the back. That spring
It's so out of place.
It's like operation where you gotta like pull it out the dude's chest. That's what what is going on with this AK. I don't like it at all, and the price makes me want to cry, to be honest.
We got a C tier here.
A C tier for sure.
Yeah.
All right, definitely better than the Neon Revolution.
I would say better than Neon Revolution.
Next up, AK-47 Emerald Pinstripe.
AKA the OEM, the green OEM AK, which you literally get a stock AK, but the wood is now dark, and we've got some line drawings with green and white. It's literally crazy minimalistic. I think it adds a tiny bit more flair to the stock AK, but it's okay.
I mean, run the AK stock or not. I mean, if you like it, you like it. I think the pinstripes is really cool, and like pinstriping is such a cool art style. But I just don't really see it being anything too crazy. I don't dislike it. I don't
dislike it. It's minimal, man. Not much going on for it. What are we thinking here?
I think C tier.
I think it is C tier. I don't behind behind Uncharted. Definitely more than the Elite build though.
I agree. Next up, we got the AK-47 Fire Serpent.
And now I know y'all want to talk about divisive. This is the most divisive AK in my opinion. You either absolutely despise it and put it in F tier, or you love it and put it in top of S tier. And here's my thought process. I own one of these, and here's why. It has nothing to do with rarity or, you know, the case that it comes from or the price. I think what looks really cool is it's a stock AK and it has this really cool art style of like, you know, something that goes in overpass. It's like painting, like graffiti. It has this graffiti aesthetic to it, and the colors they picked match really well with like this graffiti look to it. I think the mag looks sick with the little clouds, and people are like, oh, the snake looks stupid. No, it's the art style. The snake is supposed to look like that. Like that's, you know, how they chose to draw the snake. It's a style of art that they used. And overall, the, you know, the colors, the golden like little tail looks really cool too. I love this skin, but I know some people don't.
I don't think I really have much to add. Yeah, it's a nice graffiti piece. Again, I always love this AK skins that keep the stock wood furniture and add on top of it, and this definitely is one of the best examples of that. This skin looks phenomenal, and I don't really understand the hate for it. I have a shirt that has a dragon on it, and it low-key looks kind of goofy like that. With that being said, I think this skin
top of A tier. I don't think it deserves S tier. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, even while owning it, but I think it's a top of S tier or a top of A tier for sure.
Next up, we got the AK-47 Wasteland Rebel. This skin is, I mean, it has a really cool intention art style. Obviously going for the Mad Max sort of style, junkyard looking AK. Got the cool Leet crew on it. You know, I love the Leet crew. But I mean, little Easter egg right there with the bomb code on the bottom of the receiver.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I think this skin is still, it's okay. I think I respect the commitment, the vision, but
I honestly, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I think it's cool. I like how the wood is like scratched out. It honestly kind of, you know, fits the Mad Max look here. I like the graffiti, the little skulls over the skin. Now, in terms of how good it looks, it's not super appealing to me. I respect the vision with you know, what they wanted to do with this skin because they did it. Once again, I feel like we would rate this lower, but we want to be objective here. So it's either a B or C tier.
Judging how we have the Legion of Anubis in B and the C is the X-ray, I would rather probably run it over the X-ray. But honestly, we can put it B tier. I feel like this is fair.
Low B tier.
Low B tier, but you can have some cool combos with it. I'm thinking of some duct tapes. Might look kind of
like
cool,
white
actually.
stickers maybe. I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Next up, got the AK-47 Jet Set. This skin is pretty damn cool, in my opinion. I think it has this really neat looking sticker pattern, which obviously is the point. It was supposed to look like a bag of luggage that's traveled around the world, but with the benefit of having all these stickers means that it is literally begging to have a craft on the side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it so much potential. The slots are so good on the AK. I saw this one craft that was phenomenal, and I actually gained a lot of appreciation for this skin.
Yeah, I think I literally slept on this skin forever. I basically didn't know it existed until like a couple months ago. But now that I look at it, I think it's really cool. I like how all of the stickers have unique artwork on them. Like the Aurora Borealis on one of the stickers that you can see, whatever it's called. You know what I'm trying to say? Aurora Borealis. Good lord. You know, we've got Canada repping, you know, if you're from Canada, boom, you literally have a CSGO skin, okay? There's a lot of like little, yeah, the stickers are really cool, honestly. I think this is a cool skin that's very different and unique from others.
I say B tier.
B tier, somewhere top of B. I'm gonna put this.
Yeah, I
this
think
is a good placement. Somewhere top of B tier for sure.
Next up, got the AK-47 Leet Museo.
And this thing is mid. Okay, so we obviously see this like Picasso look, right? I get it. Now, the color scheme is what really throws it off for me. I don't mind the Picasso look of like these, what's the word? It's like abstract painting. It's literally supposed to be an abstract painting, and that's what they did with it. My issue with the skin is the colors. They're so, and obviously it's supposed to look like that, but even like it just doesn't look appealing to me, you know? I see it. I see what they're trying to do here with the colors and the shapes, but it does not hit for me whatsoever.
I like the intention of this skin, and I'm not gonna even lie, I don't even think I like hate it at all. I think it's just very noisy, and of course it has a Leet crew, which is my favorite faction, but otherwise, I don't know. I don't give it very much credit. I don't think it's terrible. What do you think? I think maybe
B or C tier.
I would say B tier above the Wasteland.
I'd run the Wasteland Rebel. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm running the Wasteland Rebel over the Leet Museo. The Leet Museo, I kind of have a dislike for. I really do.
No, definitely fair enough.
Low key, I might actually toss it in C tier. I'd run the Neon Rebel. I am not a fan.
Wow. Okay.
Listen, I really don't like the Neon Revolution, but objectively it should be C tier. I actually actively dislike this skin. Like,
No,
I would
mean,
not run it. I'd drop it for stock AKs. I mean, maybe that's just
hey,
me.
you know,
But
listen,
listen, I'm being a hater here, but I really I don't like this skin.
next up, the AK-47 Rat Rod. This skin is committing to the bit very well. You know, I got to give it credit for that. But damn, this skin looks beat, bruh. And I get that's the point. It's called the Rat Rod. You know, rat rods are these like rough and tumble looking hot rods. This just looks like a rusty AK, and to me, it doesn't look that good.
I will give it its merits. I like the little Easter eggs. We've got, go back to Hellrain up top and then nowhere to run near the stock. We've got like 71 as like a car number. I like you said, they really committed to, what they were going for with this skin. The only issue is it just looks beat. That's what brings it down for me. It's super beat. God. And then this got said, nom 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 nibbler. That's so funny to me.
That is actually absolutely hilarious.
No, I mean, it's a cool idea for a skin. It just looks really, really beat.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably say a C tier.
I'd give it C tier. Above the Neon Revolution.
Yeah, definitely.
Or honestly, ooh, I'm split.
Actually, I'd honestly rather run the Neon Revolution,
Neon.
I think.
Yeah.
Next up, the AK-47 Hydroponic. What a skin. I'm going to try to keep it brief. I don't want to go too crazy. I could dissect the skin forever, but I mean, what is there not to like? This keeps the classic, like I was saying earlier, classic wood AK stock and handguard, but it looks so good. This green anodized finish on the front sight and the piston with the sight block. Oh my god, looks incredible. Deadly Kabuki got the red little face, pattern-based skin, green trigger, and of course, the most important part, the Zaza on the AK. Zaza on the AK. And of course, because you have Zaza on the AK, this is the perfect craft for a 4x drug war AK. That is the only AK. I've been wanting that AK for literally like, I think almost over 10 years. And I hope I can get my hand on one sometime soon.
Dude, I mean, yeah, you nailed it. I love this AK. This is probably like, this is in my top 3 AK skins without a doubt. I absolutely love it. The anodized look makes it look so much better. And whoever was the genius that decided, let me put the AK with the ZA. They're a brilliant man, because the ZA-K is like an amazing skin and it's worth its price tag.
I am a lover of the Hydroponic, and of course,
straight
to F tier. I'm playing with you.
Oh, yo, I was like, what? No, this is
I
an
would never do that
absolute
to the Hydroponic. I
S
can't even joke around. Next up, get the AK-47 fuel injector.
And this thing is beautiful. If you like cars, you're a car guy, and this AK is probably for you because it looks sick. It's got all the car aesthetics. We got the pulleys on the mag. We've got the supercharged, like we got like a little supercharger on the handle, which is really cool. I just realized this like yesterday. It says supercharger on it, and it's got like a little, supercharger attached to it. And yeah, exactly. And overall, it's got this little shiny, color to it with this yellow, and it is just clean. It's got like half, clean design, half cool, intricate, drawings on it. I love this thing.
It is beautiful. I remember when it came out, I was a huge fan of it. I still am now. I love the color scheme, the slightly anodized yellow with the silver mechanical parts. Looks incredible.
A tier, man.
A tier.
I'm feeling easily near top of A tier for me.
Absolutely.
Honestly, for me, these two could swap out, but these two could swap out the Fire Serpents a little bit higher up.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, the AK-47 Safari Mesh. Oh, what a skin, bro. This is arguably one of the ugliest skins in Counter-Strike. And, when we did the op tier list, I saw Safari Mesh, and I low-key thought it was funny. This skin just makes me sad. It makes me feel gross and upset, and I don't like it at all.
I agree. Here's the thing, you guys are gonna be like, oh, it's a Safari Mesh, ha ha ha. Here's the thing, the only two guns that get the pass for that is the P250 and the op. The AK does not get a pass for this skin, and it looks horrible. Straight up, this is D tier.
Absolutely D tier. P250 Sand Dune, and the Opsafari Mesh are the only acceptable meme guns.
Absolutely.
Next up, AK-47 Orbit Mark 1.
Okay, this skin's weird, and not because of the skin itself, but the people that like it. Some people, for some weird reason, the little tiny community of CS, they say, oh, this skin is like in S tier or it's top of S tier. No, it's not. Okay, look, it's a great looking skin. I like the colorway. I like the red on, this dark gray or black. It looks like something in space. It looks like maybe a space shuttle, or like a starship. I think it's really cool. I think it's a good looking skin. I don't think it contends with the top ones.
Yeah, I mean, top S tier, I don't know about that. This is a nice skin, and I definitely see the merits for it. I think it looks really cool with the red and black retro spaceship look. But I don't think it deserves anything crazy like S tier.
I'm comfortable putting it 7.
Those who love it.
Yeah, middle of B tier, honestly.
Middle of B tier, definitely. I will honestly say over the Frontside Misty. I do like
over
it
the front side. I think it's I agree. It looks a lot cleaner than the Frontside Misty, honestly. Not a lot, but like a little bit more cleaner.
Yeah. Next up, got the AK-47 blue laminate.
So here's the thing. So we obviously have 4 laminates. In my opinion, this is the second best laminate. And it all comes down to color, right? You either like red, green, blue, or black, right? But here's the thing. What I find important about the laminate skins is how bright the actual color is. Because with the, we'll get to another laminate a little bit later. But with this one, it's a lot better than the green and black one because the color is a lot nicer. And it's a little bit more vibrant so you can see it more. The other thing that adds to this skin is that this is an OG skin, and there was a lot of Titan holocrafts on it because it was blue. So I find that to be really cool. It's got a lot of cool cattle crafts on it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can really add to that. I think this is a cool skin. I wish the blue was a little bit more vibrant, but it is very classy. Nice wood finish. I think it looks solid.
Is this an A or a B tier? This is a B tier. I cannot.
Sure.
I cannot put
not
this in
A. I definitely don't think so. I would say probably above the orbit. Actually,
above the orbit? I don't know. The
so.
orbit's pretty
I take
nice.
that back. I'm gonna say.
Do you think we
right.
maybe above Hector? Above Hector.
Okay. Yes.
Then
I
this
agree.
is good.
Nah, put the Nightwish higher. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Next up, AK-47 black laminate. This, in my opinion, is the worst of the 4 laminates. By no means is it terrible, but I think it is very boring and washed out. Again, the Slate exists. If you want a black AK, I don't like this gray and black sort of laminate pattern. I'm just not a huge fan of it, in my opinion.
I agree. I literally have nothing to add. There's not much going for this skin whatsoever, and the colors is the only appealing thing about it, and the colors aren't done really well either. I'm not the biggest fan of this, honestly. I think this might be the only laminate that goes in C tier.
Yeah, definitely goes in C tier.
I'll put it definitely above the Leet Museo and above Rat Rod or below?
Above Rat Rod.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot cleaner than the Rat Rod, honestly.
Next up, AK-47 Bloodsport.
There's a lot of skins in CS that AK skins that do this noisy look, and this right here is how you execute that look perfectly. We've got an amazing color scheme with this deep orange, with white, with the yellow, and this like really cool shade of blue. With all the little like symbols, the Japanese writing, the polka dots in the back, the symbols, everything matches. It looks like an ad sponsorship for like a race car. The writing is like just the perfect font of text we've got, and not to mention it's also anodized, so it shines. This thing looks incredible, honestly. Playing with it is an absolute joy. The Japanese text up top looks really cool, and I absolutely adore this skin.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt, I'm a huge fan of the Bloodsport, and I always have been since it really came out. But I recently gained a really big appreciation for this skin. I would really love to get one soon because, man, that crad craft that you showed in your video, and also to me, honestly, when we discovered it, it was so good, and I love this skin. No doubt, is it one of my favorite AK skins in the whole game?
We're
This might be
putting it in
surprising
S
to
tier?
people.
No,
It's
we're
gonna go to
putting
S
this
tier.
deserves S tier. We've got the blue and red, white AKs up top that are absolutely incredible. These two are
This used to be a little
interchangeable. They're
pattern.
honestly even for us.
Next up, AK-47 green laminate. the Mountain Dew looking laminate. I honestly think this is the third best AK laminate series skin. Not a huge fan of the green. It looks a little like toxic waste, to be honest.
The green's
it's
washed.
all right.
That's
It's a
what I
fine
want to
skin.
say.
It's
The
definitely
green is
washed
very
out.
washed out. Imagine if it was a brighter green, I think this would look sick. But I'm not the biggest fan of this. Yeah, this is the third best laminate in our opinions. I think it's either a B or C tier.
I say B tier. It's really not as bad as the black laminate, in my opinion, but
Above or below the
I definitely
Wasteland
don't
Rebel?
like. I honestly like the Wasteland Rebel more.
I do too. Yeah, I think it's a bottom of B tier.
And finishing up our laminate series, we have the AK-47 red laminate.
AKA the best laminate out of all four of them. This we've got a
Definitely.
nice, bright, vibrant red that really has a nice contrast with the gunmetal look of the AK, and this looks great. It pops when you play it in game. The red is on the wooden parts, which is very fitting for the AK, and I think it has a lot of really cool crafts. Once again, OG skin. It's got the Eye by Power Hollow crafts. And I think it's very, very, sticker compatible because it's got this great shade of red on it. I like this skin a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is how you should do a laminate. I think, honestly, all the skins but the black laminate could probably be recoverable if they just made it brighter like this one. Not that the other laminates are bad. It's just that they're not as bright as this one, and this one looks really, really good.
This is going to be our highest laminate out of them all.
Absolutely.
this
I think
being,
this deserves B tier.
B tier. Honestly,
Above the Nightwish.
I
For
might
sure for
put,
me.
yeah, I'm going to put it above the Nightwish. It looks better for sure.
Next up, AK-47 Wild Lotus.
And this skin is literally an absolute masterpiece. This is the magnum opus of AK skins, in my opinion. I know you like the Hydroponic the most. This is my favorite AK skin, and for a couple reasons. Let's talk about it. First of all, we've got this flora fauna design on it that no other skin, honestly, in the game does. And the artwork is very unique. It's very artsy. The colors are vibrant. We've got a huge array of different colors of orange, purple, green. It's the jungle theme fits really nicely on this AK. Let's talk about the wear. It barely wears, even in like higher conditions. It barely wears. It just loses a little bit of color on the mag or the stock. The main artwork stays, and I think the crafts look incredible with this thing. This thing, I can't find a bad thing about this skin. Everything about it is very sound and clean. This was this skin was crafted with love, and you can tell.
No doubt. This skin is gorgeous. I do love the hydroponic, like I said, and I think it's great that two plant-based AKs are such high up in the list.
Oh, you're
no
right.
spoilers, but I just think that's very interesting. This is a good skin. Colors are nice. The art style is very unique. I've never seen a skin like it with this type of color scheme and art. I think you said everything that needs to be said.
I'm gonna toss it in S tier.
S tier, definitely.
You know what? Yeah. We're gonna put the
Okay.
You know what? We're gonna move the Zake a little bit up. You know what I'm saying? We'll have
Okay,
the
I
two
like
plant
that.
AKs up top. Now everything in S tier is top. I mean,
Phenomenal. These are all
these
amazing
three right
skins.
here are really like standoutish. You know, the Vulcan and the Bloodsport are a little bit tiny bit lower, but still 100% S tier.
Next up, the AK-47 safety net. Okay. So here's an interesting story about this AK. This actually inspired us to keep the D tier on the tier list. We were gonna remove it because we thought it was a little redundant, but then we looked at the skin and we noticed something astute about it. Okay, this skin is horrendously ugly, but there is one redeeming quality about it that makes it avoid F tier entirely, and that is the little bits of white on the sight and the gas, the piston, and the front sight. And the sight mount, sorry.
Yeah, literally.
Anyways, why do we say this? Literally the only redeeming part of the skin.
It's literally, yeah. If the hex code on the like color was like FF00CC and they changed one number like a 01 and it was like a little shade darker or like lighter, I don't think this skin would have been an F tier. I think they nailed that.
Absolutely.
Color. Other than that, everything sucks about this skin. It's ugly and it's I'm not a fan. It's tacky. And for that reason, we're gonna put it just barely scrapes by not getting that F tier.
literally lowest of D tier, I'd argue.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the Safari Mesh might be a tiny bit lower.
Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Safari Mesh
is
is
definitely
lower,
lower.
but this thing is awful.
Next up, the AK-47 Baroque Purple.
Yo, Bamba. Sorry, I got, I got off track. Okay, I don't know what I was talking about there, honestly. Okay, yeah, the Baroque Purple. I think it's a super sleeper skin. A lot of people don't know it even exists, and I think it's cool because it's got this Gucci like designer look to it. You know, the same pattern that goes across the whole skin, very elegant black mag, and the same color matching on like the metal bits of the barrel of the AK, which I think it looks stylish and clean, and I would run the skin. It's nice.
I'm not even gonna lie. Before we tried doing this tier list, I didn't really know it existed, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this skin. It does have a very nice designer look, and if you run it with the Shema like gloves, you can literally have like a designer T-sided character. Like
Yeah,
you got the.
it's kinda
It's just there's so much potential. So I'm a fan of the skin.
For
believe it or
sure.
not. I think it's
Yeah,
good.
well, let's toss it somewhere in B tier.
I agree.
Now, where in B tier? That's a great question.
I would say above
the Phantom.
Phantom Disruptor, above the Cartel maybe.
I honestly like this skin
Yeah.
more than this is good.
Definitely
The blue laminate. It's really clean.
Next up, we got the AK Slate. Finally, after talking about the skin, referencing it so long against other black AKs, we finally get to it. I mean, there's not really much that needs to be said here, and I think we can wrap it up pretty concisely here. The Slate is beautiful. It's a black AK. You can't really go wrong with it. It has cool texture. It has masterful crafts. Not much else really needs to be said here.
No, I
Sleek AK.
100%. It's literally the sleekest AK in the game, probably. And this is the let him cook AK because you put 4x crafts on this and see if it's good. It probably is going to look good because it's literally a black AK. How can you go wrong with this? You cannot mess this up. Okay, this is like the toddler AK because you cannot mess up the crafts. Okay, it looks beautiful. I mean, let's be honest. It's an amazing AK, and it is probably the most versatile skin in the game. With that
And
being
ridiculously cheap.
and
as
cheap
well.
too. I mean, ooh.
I think it deserves an A tier.
I'm
in
going.
my opinion.
I think it deserves A tier. I'll be honest with you guys. The potential, the crafts, the sleekness, and the price is so appealing that I think it deserves an A tier.
It can stay at the bottom, but goddamn, if you put
Yeah.
an insane craft, 4x Titan Hollow craft, you can have it yourself an S tier AK with that.
Absolutely.
Now, why would you do that? That's a lot of money. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Next up, AK-47 Jungle Spray. God damn, this skin is so ugly, and this pattern in particular is abhorrent. This skin is the definition of F tier. If you look up F in the like the alphabet, look up a diagram of F. This gun comes up.
It's
It
sitting
is
in
so
there somewhere.
ugly. I
It
hate
is.
this skin.
Unbearably ugly. Lazy texture. The texture itself is dog water. This is literally the dog water AK. It is hideous. It is actually hideous. I don't know what else to say, but this thing is horrible. There's no redeeming qualities, and it's literally going straight to F tier.
F tier. It somehow looks like it de-resed.
Hey,
Fucking awful.
yeah, facts.
And last but not least, the AK-47 Gold Arabesque.
And this thing is sweet. I mean, take a look at it in the sun. It really makes like the gold aspect of it pop. We've got really cool engravings on the mag. What's cool is when you hold the gun idly, there's a scorpion at the back of it, which is a nice little Easter egg.
Oh.
Yeah, did you see that? I recently noticed that, and I'm like, damn, that's sick. The little engravings, the wooden part is sick. We've got this like, a wooden engraved look that looks incredible. This is probably the best wooden engraved look on any AK. The pattern is really nice, and overall, I mean, this is just a banger skin.
Look, there's not really much more that needs to be said here besides this, okay? What does every game that has a customizable AK need? A golden AK, okay? It's very obvious. Golden AK is like the most iconic weapon in real life, literally. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Warlord special. Okay, this thing is fire. It has the cool leather wraps. That's all I'm really gonna say. It's just a nice skin. Gold AK is very nice. Only downside, it is magnanimously expensive. Okay,
I
that might not
mean,
even be
for
the
a
right
reason.
word.
It's
But it looks good.
it's
Is the
good.
reason why.
I think this
S tier.
is going S tier. Yeah. All right, guys. So here's our final list in S tier. We've got Wild Lotus, Hydroponic, Kesarn, the red and blue AK, and then the gold AK. Obviously, those are all absolutely standout, magnificent skins. Everything in A tier also looks incredibly good, like absolutely standout, beautiful skins. B tier is like solid skins. They're
good, they're good.
enjoyable. They probably have good value in budget, or they just look really good by themselves, but not enough to really be in the top tiers. C tier is pretty unpleasant skins. It's okay. D tier is just horrible, and F tier is
Bad.
like painful to look at.
Painfully hurt my eyes.
Yeah. So guys, if you got through the whole video, thank you so much. Once again, with this one, we really want to know your opinions. We had some discourse in the other videos about gloves and knives, which was really fun to talk to you guys because we had some very different opinions. I think this one is also gonna have very wild opinions, so I would love to hear them in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one, and peace.
Peace.